I'm setting up the stream. New thumbnail up there. Orange.
What up?
Chilling and shit. What's going on? Right now, before I get into it, let's see, where the hell did I put this thing? Looking for this thing. We got too much stuff on there. Oh shoot, where the hell is it? Damn. Where the hell did I...
Wondering, like, should I get something delivered or should I go pick up something?
Might as well.
Some noodles and company actually sounds good. Got 3 cheese tortellini with some garlic cream sauce.
See, that's some serious eating.
That shit sounds good as fuck right now. That's my favorite thing from there. I get the same. I'm one of those people who gets the same shit everywhere I go. Like every time. Like I figure out what I like and I'll be like, that's it. No need to try new shit. Fuck around and waste my money on trying to try some new shit and end up not liking it. Now if somebody else is paying, I'll try some new shit.
I hear that.
I just don't want to waste my money.
Definitely, especially nowadays. Shoot. Alright, I gotta pull up the chat. Waiting for this shit to load. Everything is taking so long. But, so, how's your day going so far? I mean, how'd you wake up? Feeling good?
I woke up and I was like, we might still be drunk. So I got something to eat and then I went back to sleep.
I hear that. Alright, I got the chat up.
But I'm good now. I think I might finish this bottle today. Polish off the rest of it. Get a little buzz.
That's what I'm gonna do. So, listen, I'm gonna start off.
Okay, cheers, my dude.
I'm gonna start off with a song for the people watching. We're gonna get this show started with a song. Here we go. We got a little song to get it started. Welcome everybody to the NoLove Podcast, Episode 1. My first guest here is the wonderful, beautiful, amazing Miss Oranges, aka Freshly Squeezed, aka Freshly
What about that one?
yeah. Aka what was the other one? Mandarin Oranges.
I don't even know.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
We prefer freshly squeezed though.
There we go. Freshly squeezed in the house. So, I hope everyone, yes. I hope everyone has had a great day. We are going to get jumping into the first topic. Yes.
I'm going to jump back into this bottle.
Jump back into the bottle. Okay. Well, then, in that case, you know what?
It's 5 o'clock.
I'll start it off with a shot. Cheers to you and everybody watching.
Cheers, you guys.
All right. First thing I want to start off with is, how come nobody told me about this TV show called Atlanta? Okay, I just started watching it a few days ago, and I'm loving this thing. It's freaking hilarious. Okay, Amanda, you gotta tell me. What's up with this show? It's wild.
Okay, so apparently it's created by Childish Gambino, who I actually love, period. Like, I've enjoyed him since Community. And if you guys haven't seen that show, that's another good show. But I don't know, I think I heard about it a couple of years ago when it first came out. And I watched the first season, but I haven't watched any since then, because I got tired of waiting for the second season. And you know how that goes. Like, you gotta rewatch the first season so you can remember what the hell happened after like a year. So I just haven't gotten around to it again yet. But it is a really good show, and if you guys haven't seen it, I would definitely recommend checking it out.
All right.
I
There
think
you
it's on
go.
Hulu.
Hulu. Okay.
Where
That's
do you
what
watch it?
I'm watching Atlanta on Hulu. That's where I'm watching it. So if you guys, I'm telling you, you'll love it. It's freaking
This
hilarious.
is not a plug for Hulu either.
Hell no, it ain't. Hell no, it ain't.
They ain't paying us.
Hey, but they should. At this, they should.
Shit. As much money as I spend on Hulu, yeah.
hmm
I got the Disney pack though, so it's Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN.
Oh, see, I had that
Although
pack.
to be fair, hmm
I had that pack, but I canceled it because I was like, you know what? I'm just spending this money for nothing because I use apps and stuff. I ain't gonna get into that. I ain't gonna get into the, but there's stuff out there that
I
y'all
don't
can
even
watch.
watch the ESPN. But let's see. They also have so they got all 3 seasons on Hulu, but they have the first season for free on Fubo.
Ah, okay. Okay.
If anybody wants to just check it out and see if it's something you like.
So I'm into the second season. I think episode 5, and it's just it is insane. It's a great show. It really is. It gives me a little bit of vibes like the Boondocks in a way. It's a little bit like that with the little messages they shoot in there. But
Yeah,
it's still
message.
pretty fun. Yeah, exactly. So actually, since this is primarily a gaming channel, I guess we'll get started on gaming topics. So, freshly, what game are you most looking forward to? What new game?
Okay, I was looking forward to Horizon Forbidden West. However, a little broke, so I couldn't afford it when it came out. And I also still want to play Elden Ring. But I don't know if you guys ever, or if you ever played The Forest. It's the survival game. But they are coming out with another one. I want to say October of this year, called Sons of the Forest. I'm looking forward to that. I'm sure there's some other ones I can't think of, but right now, Sons of the Forest is the Evil Dead game. Are you getting that?
I am thinking about it. When is that coming out exactly? Let's see.
I want to say next month. Let me see. But it's a lot like DVD in that it's a asymmetrical horror game. It'll come out, let's see, May 13th actually.
May 13th. All right, put that on your calendar, folks. May 13th. I'm really leaning on getting it because, yeah, it seems a little bit like DVD, but you can attack the monsters or whatever. You can fight back.
You can fight back
And it
with
is,
something more than a freaking pallet or a flashlight
oh
or a
my
locker
goodness.
door.
I saw some brutal stuff. So yeah, I saw some gameplay. I saw the preview. It looks good. I wish there was more people that could play at a time. I think it's only 4, but that's fine. We can swap in and out, find different days. But I think I just might get it.
Are there any games?
I really am. That looks good. That
What?
definitely
I have not
looks
heard
good.
of this.
Yes. So from what my understanding is, this is a 4 versus 3. So you got 4 survivors, and you got 3 killers. I don't think you can fight them back. Yo, what's up, Heckler? Welcome to the podcast, homie. Join in whenever you're ready, because we're going to need some more input from everybody. I like to get everybody's opinions. Yeah.
So I don't know, 4 versus 3s and you can't fight back, so what is it like? You solve puzzles, you run from the killer. Have you seen any gameplay?
Haven't seen any gameplay, but I saw a little preview. So, yeah, it's like, you got 3 killers coming after you, but they don't have powers like Jason and all that, where they just always know where you're at. I don't
They
think.
got chainsaws. That's pretty awesome power there.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, if you get hit by that, you're done. Cool, Heckler. Yeah, man. Let's get as many people in here as possible. It'll be cool.
Ooh, they're also, I almost forgot, they're remaking Saints Row. That's supposed to come out in August. I kind of want to play that again. The first one was really, really good.
Saints Row. Now, what is that again? I think I remember that game. Is that like
It's like an open world kind of Grand Theft Auto-ish missions and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that. So my kids
Steal
were playing that.
cars.
My kids were playing that, and they loved it. It was kind of wild looking, like it seemed like you got some superpowers where you can just jump up buildings or something. I don't know. It looked crazy.
Yeah, I got that.
And
What up,
there he is.
Heckler?
And welcome to the podcast, The Heckler, aka Too Cold Gaming, aka Kabushka.
How's it going, y'all?
How you feeling today, buddy?
What's up, Sean?
Actually, I
Welcome
feel
to the
pretty good.
podcast.
I had about a 3% hangover this morning, which didn't affect me at all. So,
Oh yeah,
Not bad,
3%.
not bad.
That's nothing. That's cool. That's what's up.
so how's everybody doing?
Oh, pretty good.
Pretty good. I decided to get back into the bottle and polish that off today, so I've had a shot so far.
Same here.
Okay.
Had my first shot.
Well, if you guys are having a shot, then far be it for me
Peer
to,
pressure.
There
I
we
mean,
go. There we
far
go.
be it for me not to indulge myself. So let me just do
Yes,
my
yes,
thing.
partake, sir. Partake.
That's
The
right.
wife and kids are actually
Oh shoot.
brother who's going to be deployed this the end of this week. I don't know where. Nobody knows where. They're just going up there to visit him right now, which means I have the crib all to myself.
Nice.
Nice.
So what are we
Oh,
talking
man.
about?
Well, first things first, I might have to start the podcast over at some point. PlayStation is overheating. This is a terrible time
Uh-oh.
for it. So I might have to pull up something else just to have in the background, just to have the podcast going. But while it's still going, so the first topic was gaming, and the question is, what's the games that you're most looking forward to coming out?
I thought the first topic was
Oh, shoot.
Atlanta. I guess that's how he feels about the games.
Well,
Fine, sir.
well.
We'll move on to another question. You don't have to act that way.
Yeah, he said, man, funk them games. Nah, he probably just lost connection real quick. He'll be back.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first
Does
topic
Heckler
was
watch
Atlanta.
Atlanta?
I don't know. We were talking.
I
about
know
it
we
last
talked
night.
about it last night. Yeah. But I don't remember. I drunk that memory. That's all I'm going to say. I drank that memory.
Yes, exactly. I think some of us did for sure. I'm surprised I wasn't more messed up. Tell you the truth, by the time me and Ghost got on Predator, I was all right. I was cool, you know, a little bit tipsy, but cool. So,
See, I feel like I would have been worse if I hadn't ate. I had some leftover Subway, so I killed that shit and then took my ass to bed.
hell yeah. And see, folks, that is the key when it comes to drinking. You got to make sure you eat well before and maybe even during, just a little bit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, while the topic is on gaming, well, anybody that's in the chat, feel free to ask about a game, and if I don't know what it is, I will look up the trailer right here and now. But for now, let's go on to this because, you know, it's a little bit interesting for me. So, freshly, what would you say is your favorite games of all time? I don't know. Give me a top three.
Oh, of all time. Top three? I mean, I guess if I would say, like, top three, favorite of all time. Now, you know, I've been gaming since PS1. So I think I was, like, 10 or 11 when I first got into the... Actually, you know what? It started with the Super Nintendo. I remember I missed the bus one day fucking around in the morning on the Super Nintendo, and my Meemaw took that shit away. So that's where it started for me anyways. But Minecraft is definitely up there. That's the game that I continue to go back to. It's fun. I feel like there's a lot you could do in there, especially with like mods and stuff. One of my favorite, I guess, worlds or whatever to play is Skyblock. And I originally started playing Minecraft on PC, actually. I would like to get back into that because they got all kinds of crazy mods and shaders and texture packs and stuff that just aren't available on console.
Oh, yeah.
So Minecraft is up there. Probably Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I feel like that's a classic game that you can replay a lot. There's a ton of shit to do in that game.
Hell yeah.
And then Dead by Daylight right now, obviously. Like I'm in an abusive relationship with that game is what I tell people. Cause I'm like, man, I hate this game. Like it's in the community itself is pretty toxic. But I've got friends that play it. We have a good time, so I keep coming back to it despite how much the developers break the game and how much work needs done on it. It's definitely still one of my favorite games. So those are my three.
I think most people that we know would say the same thing about Dead by Daylight, that love-hate relationship with it. They just can't stop playing it. Now, me, it is a tough question. Top three, right? So,
right.
Off the top of my head, I would have to say Marvel vs. Capcom 2, because that's the greatest fighting game ever to me. That was just amazing.
Better than Street Fighter? Better than Mortal Kombat?
Well,
those are some bold words, sir.
I wasn't a huge fan. I wasn't a huge fan of Mortal Kombat. I stopped playing after part 2, but I did love it. Street Fighter, yes, I loved it, but the Street Fighter characters are in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So
that makes sense, actually. That's true. So you get the best of both worlds there.
Exactly. So that was an amazing game. Let's see. What's another one? Let's see. Final Fantasy VII. I mean,
is that the one they remade for PS4 and then released on PlayStation Plus for free? Like I want to say last year sometime.
Oh, I didn't know they released it for free, but yeah, they remade that. I'm not a huge fan of the remake, even though it was good. It wasn't as good as the original. Can't beat the original. Love that game.
Well, if you had a PlayStation 5, when you buy your PlayStation 5, they actually have this thing on there where you can get a whole bunch of some of the best PS4 titles, like for free. And I believe that Final Fantasy is one of those titles, along with like Crash, Bandicoot.
Classic.
It's a whole bunch of really, really good games. Days Gone's in there. Detroit Become Human's in there. I mean, there's a lot of really cool different type of games. Monster Hunter World in there. Yeah, there's a lot of good games for free if you get a PS5 that you could just download up.
Huh.
See, that's cool.
So Final Fantasy VII is the one that they remade, and they did release it for free on PlayStation Plus because it's in my library, but I've never downloaded it or played it.
Yeah,
I downloaded it and I never played it.
Yeah, I played it all the way through, beat it, and yeah, it was a good game. It was really good, just not as good as the original, and that's just my opinion. But so
what about the score?
The what?
The music, the music of it and all that. Was it the same or different or?
Well, they changed it up definitely, but yeah, it was all right. I mean, in the original, it was just so relaxing, just one of them games where you can just chill and just like you got the music going and you got your gameplay, just very interesting. And the characters, they went through every character just nice and deep, gave you a background story, and it was great. So my other game that I gotta put in the top 3, I can't even really put them in order, but it might be one of my, I don't know, I can't say it's my favorite, but Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Freaking love that game. I played that game.
That's the one with the original zombies, or did Black Ops 1 have zombies too?
I never played Black Ops 1. The first Call of Duty game I played was Black Ops 2, and that had me hooked. I played it since it came out up until Friday the 13th came out. Just non-stop on that thing. Loving it.
Okay,
So
since you are a connoisseur of Call of Duty games, maybe you can answer this question for me. Why is it that I would say probably the majority of people who buy Call of Duty games will open the package, cut the game on, and go straight to online gameplay. They don't play the game, the campaign. They don't learn how to do the controls. If there's anything new, it's like as soon as you cut the game on, straight to online. Why is that?
well, I don't know why other people do it, but for me personally, I'm an old school gamer, so me and my brother and my sister, we grew up not even looking at the controls, not trying to find out we just jumped right into the action and figured it out as we went along, and that made us
Okay.
better. Now, other people, I would say that okay, they do that because they're familiar with the previous titles, so they know that it's mostly going to be the same with little changes here and there. So, and they
That
figure
I
they'll
makes
adjust
understand.
sense.
to it.
To be fair, Call of Duty, no offense to any of you who love Call of Duty, I feel like it's the same game over and over again
Well,
Yeah.
with
nah,
like slight changes.
Yeah,
well,
like
it's
the
a
one that you could like walk, run on the walls and like
mhm.
jump and use your jetpacks and do this and that. I forgot. I think it's Advanced
Now
Warfare
that one
or
was
Modern
cool.
Warfare 2, or
Yeah.
it's one of those Call of Duties where you could do like the extra. But
Well,
then you
Hmm.
got your
yeah, Black Ops 3 was like that. So it was a big change between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. In Black Ops 3, you did those super jumps and running on the walls and all that stuff.
that's the one.
And I actually love that one too. Now it's to you. Same question.
All right. What's the question?
Top three favorite games of all times.
All time. This is not current gen. This is like always and forever. Wow, that's gonna be a good one.
Right?
First,
I was like, I gotta think
I'm
about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say PlayStation One, Metal Gear Solid.
Hmm.
That
That's a good
was
one.
such a great game to play all the way through. I mean, boy, oh boy, all time. Um, okay, I'm going to define greatest game to me as one that I can play anytime, any place, anywhere, always. So that being said, I'm gonna say definitely Metal Gear Solid was one of my favorites of all time. Um, I'm gonna go with Days Gone. I know you guys see me playing it all the time, and I absolutely love that game. It's so much fun to play and just kind of go through it. Uh, and then the last game I'm going to go with. I might be a bit of a nerd here, but I'm gonna go with Spider-Man. I think the new
All right.
Spider-Man game.
All right.
Okay.
The new Spider-Man game is actually a lot of fun. Uh, Not much replay value once you kind of beat the story, but it's still such a fun game to just swing around. It looks so realistic. The graphics are like on point.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it. I haven't played a Spider-Man game since PlayStation 2, but they look good.
I've seen some gameplay, and the graphics actually find to be really beautiful, especially like just watching Peter Parker like zooming through the city on his little web slingers or whatever. Like it's a really pretty game.
Now you asked Freshly a minute ago what her game was that she was looking forward to mostly come out. Mine actually might be that sequel that's going to have Miles and Peter together, and they're actually
Hmm.
going to be fighting Venom. At least one of the main villains is going to be Venom. That's going to be a new game. I think it's coming out next year sometime.
Let's see. I haven't even.
I don't know if it's going to be a sequel, if it's going to have some kind of title with it
Hmm.
or whatever. But I'm really looking forward to that game. But for the present tense, I think I'm looking forward to the Quarry that's coming out here soon. That game is right up my alley with the like the Until Dawn and the Dark Pictures anthology series.
Oh my
Uh,
goodness! I will watch somebody play those games like I'm watching a movie.
yeah, because every decision you make could affect
It
something in some kind of
changes
way,
things.
and
Yeah.
and when you get multiple people playing a game, which the Quarry is supposed to have multiple people. It's more than just two like the regular ones were. So when you have three or four minds making decisions about their own characters, you can only imagine that that's going to change the story almost each time you play it.
Mhm.
That sounds interesting. I gotta give a shout out to The Last of Us as another top game because that is, if we're talking about games that you can play
High
over and
replay
over.
value.
Oh
Yep.
yes, I've probably gone through that. I want to say at least 8 to 10 times somewhere in there. That game,
Yeah.
Did you get the
love it.
platinum trophy?
I don't think I did. What could I be missing? Oh yeah, I think I know what
I
I'm
don't
missing.
know if I got the platinum trophy yet. I've played it. And matter of fact, I've played it so much that like there's certain areas where I know exactly where to go and how to get past and
Hmm.
how to take down the creatures and such
Mhm.
and everything. Like I know exactly what I need to do to get through it. And yeah, I love those games.
Yeah. What I'm
There's
missing
just so many
is
to name. When you say
pendants.
top three, it's like oh, and then of course when you say
Right?
all time, it's
Yeah.
like woo, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
that's hard.
It's tough because there's so many greats. But I'm missing the pendants for my platinum. I think that's probably the only thing I'm
The
missing.
Firefly pendants.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Okay.
I've looked all over. I mean, I'll play the game from beginning to end just looking for the pendants. Although halfway through it, I find myself just playing the game and forgetting to look for the pendants anyway. But
Yeah. Yeah. That's how it
I've
goes.
looked everywhere. I've looked everywhere to try to find those pendants, and I have yet to like go online and try to like cheat and like say, okay, where the heck are these pendants at? Nope, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do
Me.
it. I'm gonna play through it, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna find them. Eventually, I'm gonna find them all.
Exactly. Old school style. We couldn't do that back in the days. When
No, no, I
the
don't cheat on that.
yeah. But so that's great. Let's see. Do we have any more gaming topics? Any more gaming topics? Anything else to talk about as
Um,
far as gaming?
We could talk about really quick the PS Plus free games this month. Have you guys played any of those?
No, I have not.
I
But
have not. I always download them in my library,
Mhm.
although I don't download them like on my hard drive
hmm,
unless it's something I really want to play. But I always download them for the library for that if and when factor. You get me? Like so,
yeah,
if I want to play it or when I want to play it, it's right there. I can few minutes and I can upload it and play it.
yeah, same
What are
here.
the new games this month? I'm not even for sure.
So there's a Robin Hood esque one, but it's a four-player co-op. It's called Hood Outlaws and Legends. That one's actually I've been playing that with a group of friends. That one's pretty fun. There's another one called Slay the Spire, which is like a card game, like a turn-based card game.
Oh,
Um, and then there's obviously the SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom one.
oh,
So
you know
I've
what?
also
Uh,
you've played that.
I take it back. I did download that one because I was like, you know what, my son play that because he likes cool stuff like that. So I downloaded SpongeBob and he played it. Probably played it more than I have, but yes, I've seen the SpongeBob game.
See, that's why we
Okay.
need Buns in here because I know Buns has played it. Like he was excited about it.
I mean, I've
Oh,
heard good things about it, and then I've added it to my library as well, but I haven't actually played it yet. I used to be really into like it looks like kind of like a platformer game, and I used to be into that, but I don't know, not so much these days.
uh, yeah,
so
yeah.
what about the scariest game that you've ever played? One that I mean had you
Hmm.
like just freaked out.
Scariest game. I got one off the top of my head, and most people aren't even going to know about it. But the one that sticks out to me, the one that creeped me out, was this game called Cold Fear. It's for
Hmm.
PlayStation 2, I believe.
Ooh,
It's
never heard of it.
basically, yeah, it's a
Me
zombie
either.
type game, and it takes place on a boat. And man,
Oh,
oh my goodness, you just don't
now is it a
understand.
third person or first person game?
It's a third person,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's like, oh my goodness, man, that it's some creepy stuff in there. Even though right next to that might be that oh man, that game that you told me, Here They Lie. Oh my goodness, that VR
Oh
game.
yeah. That one was
Oh
really
man.
really creepy. Probably not the
Oh
creepiest I've ever played. unfortunately, the creepiest game that I ever played, they never even made it. It was a demo, and it was a demo, and some of you may know it. It was called PT, and it wasn't very much of this game, but for some reason, it was super, super creepy. Now, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to kind of describe this game to you. It's a first-person game, and you kind of wake up in this room. There's kind of roaches kind of running around, and you kind of get up, and the only thing in this room is this door. And you go through this door, and you're in this hallway. It looks like you're in a home, in a long hallway. And you start walking down the hallway, and you get to the end, and then you can only make a right. And so you make a right, and you're going down another hallway. And at the end of this hallway, there's some stairs that leads into another door. And when you go through that door, you end up back at that first door again. And it's kind of like a repeat kind of thing. The thing that makes it creepy is the fact that there's this ghost, and you never know where it's at, and the whole thing is like really, really creepy. And you just constantly are trapped in this almost like loop. You never know. Now, granted, every time you go through the hallway, there's things doing, and like you can see a shadow like right on your back, like just shaking. And if you turn around, sometimes if you turn around, she'll like be right there in your face, and it's like the most jump scare game that I've ever played.
See, that sounds
Okay.
pretty cool. But that's kind of like Here They Lie for me, because there's areas where it's so dark and your flashlight might be trying to go out on you, and you hear these monsters, but you don't know where they are, and you don't even want to turn around. You just want to keep on running straight. It's like a
Just run.
nightmare.
Okay, now I have a funny story to tell about that game. I was sitting on the couch one day, and Renee was here, and of course I'm in VR, so she's able to change the channel on the TV and watch her own stuff. You know what I'm saying? She's not watching what I'm looking at. So I'm sitting there in VR, and of course I'm all quiet, and I'm scared to death actually going through this. I don't know what part of the city I was in, but I was going through this one part, you know, and I'm sitting there all nice and quiet, and then all of a sudden, this hand reaches out and like it grabs at me, and of course I'm like, oh, and I jump. Of course she's been watching like Desperate Housewives or something, you know what I'm saying? And like I, I cut the game off, and she's like, what the heck? I'm like, you have no idea. You don't even want to know, but he creeped me out, and I'm not playing this game for a while.
Right? You
Oh
could have turned it
man.
off. You know what?
That was one of the games where I stopped in a certain section, and it took me a while to get the nerve to like cut it on and like tough my way through that section. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh
like you said, you can hear people around, and you know they're there, but you really don't see where they are, and like you got to get through this area, and like some of them don't even mess with you, but then there's some of them that'll like just straight out chase you, and it's like, oh man, it gets crazy.
man. Yeah, it
I know I
is.
scared her half to death by jumping, just like you scared me half to death by that arm coming out and grabbing me. I'm like,
Oh yeah. That game is insane, man. It ain't no joke.
especially
So,
in VR. Now you can play it without the VR glasses, and it's basically just like a regular third person, much like Resident Evil 7 or 8 or
mhm.
whatever. But like if you play it with VR, where you hear the sounds and everything is like surround sound, and you immersed in that city, oh, it's even worse.
I'm kind of
Oh yeah.
surprised nobody said Silent Hill.
Yeah,
The
the very
truth
first Silent
is,
Hill was very, very scary. Very scary.
That was a game
hmm,
changer, yeah. The very first one.
you wouldn't believe it, but I've
Yeah.
never played Silent Hill. Seen the movie, but I've never
Never
played the
What?
played
game.
Silent Hill. Oh
That's
my
something you
god.
should definitely do then. And we would love to see that gameplay as well.
Well, you know that they're about to change the way the PlayStation Plus is. I think it's like in the summer they're gonna change. They're gonna have these different tiers of PlayStation Plus,
Hmm.
and one of the tiers will allow you to play like old games and allow you to stream them. And
That
Wow.
would
of
be
course,
cool.
like the tier that we're on now, like if you pay for the year, it's what 59.99 or something like that for a year. Well,
Yeah.
that's going to be the lowest tier, if I'm not mistaken. But they're going
Oh
to have other
wow.
tiers where basically they're going to combine PlayStation Plus and what is the other service where you can
PS
play all the
Now.
games for free? Yeah, PS Now. They're
Hmm.
gonna combine those to where you're gonna be able to play like all the old classic games, and it's gonna also allow you to be able to stream those old classic games. And I'm thinking of upping up the ante
Mm.
for that because I would love to stream some of those old classic PS1 games. You know what I mean? Like just
Yeah,
to
I
go
would
through and just be
too.
all nostalgic, like Resident Evil 1, like the original, um,
Mhm.
Hmm.
or like I said, Silent Hill, Metal
Metal
Gear
Gear.
Solid,
Yep, that's
things
what I
like
was
that.
thinking of.
I'd love to stream that, play through it again. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Such a good game.
that
There
sounds
was this.
interesting, but
Yeah, there's
sorry.
this.
Yeah. Don't let me
Oh, I
see.
was just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
say there's this
Oh yeah,
game
go ahead.
called Tenchu Wrath of Heaven that
Hmm.
I think I'm pretty sure I played on PS1 or PS2, but I've been waiting for years for them to like remake that and re-release it because that I don't know that was such a good game.
Is
It kind of
that?
reminds me of Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, I was gonna ask, is that like a war type game? Because I remember seeing that before, but I never played it.
It's
I remember
actually a
Tenchu
ninja
Stealth
game.
Assassins. I
Uh,
remember Stealth Assassins. I don't remember like the other one, but I do remember a game called Tenchu Stealth Assassins,
See, I
and
think
it was
that
much.
was the first one.
what's up, Smith?
Okay.
Oh
All
hell
right,
yeah, it would.
so
Well, Smith, join the party chat, man. Let them know your opinions too. We in here. All right, Amanda.
I'm gonna honestly have to go with I don't know. Okay, so I'm Evil Within. That one for me, I was like, I can't even finish this game. It is terrifying.
I'm
So
playing Evil Within right now, actually, and I'm
seriously,
at a point now where I don't even know. I don't really know. But yeah, that game is kind of freaky.
it's the jump scares for me, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to mess around and give myself a heart attack playing this game. So I can't play that. But then there's another one that I recently downloaded because y'all know the spring sale is going on right now. And this game was like I want to say like $3 or $4. I'm gonna preface this by saying I have slight thalassophobia. So the whole like underwater thing,
Yeah.
not being able to see, not knowing what's there, like that freaks me out. So I'm playing this game right now called Submersed. And I probably got like maybe 10, 15 minutes into it, and then this shark came out of nowhere and scared the shit out of me. I turned it off. I haven't played it since.
Oh man, that sounds
And
good.
and another one I think that deserves a little bit of a mention is Subnautica. The original Subnautica. That game is amazing. I wish I could like it's one of those games where like you wish you could erase your memory and then go back and play it again without, you know what I'm saying? Like cuz the first playthrough was just so amazing. I feel the same way about The Last of Us as well, although
Yeah.
I'll replay that one anyway, but I wish I could erase
Hmm.
my memory and then replay that game and have that first time experience again.
Yeah, yeah, I hear that.
Actually, are
Oh
there any
man.
games that you guys feel that way about?
Uh,
Like the first playthrough was just so good.
let's see. Let's see. Well, I guess The Last of Us would be something like that as far as the story goes, you know, and the
One
Mhm.
game that you're
little
like so
things.
submerged into the story.
Yeah,
Yeah, Last of Us was a good playthrough. Anything that had like that hard-driven storyline, um,
yeah,
Where you
man,
got attached to the characters.
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
I like a game
Yeah,
with a
that'll
good
do it for
story.
me.
I like a game with a good story that looks good and easy to play. Like there's so many games, you got so many controls and way to do. Um, it's just you kind of get lost in like, man, I can't quite figure this game out because like it's hard to control the character. It's hard to like do things or do what you want or whatever. But like if you got a good game that's easy to play, it looks good, and can tell a hell of a story, and you don't get no better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, Beyond Two Souls, that's another one I feel like that. Like the first playthrough, I was like, oh, this is amazing.
Hmm.
And
I
of course, you know what I'm saying? I got attached to the characters.
I've never
I got
beat
to the
that
end of the
game.
game and oh, really?
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, where I'm at in that game, like she is, I can't even remember because it's been so long since I played it. But she, of course, they kind of go through the game kind of goes through and it'll backshadow and like the next chapter might be something where she was in training or something like that, and then
Mhm.
it'll pick up on the story later on or whatever. Well, where I'm at now, she's in the city. Uh, she's in the city doing something. She was helping somebody that was hurt or was it pregnant? Were they pregnant or I can't remember. I can't remember what was going on, but I remember that she was in the city helping or doing something with somebody. She was with somebody doing something. If you played it through, maybe you know what I'm talking about, but I can't quite remember. I'd have to pull it up and like actually see where I was to know what was going on. But yeah, it wasn't too far. It wasn't too far after the birthday party though. I remember the birthday party, so I know because I haven't beat the game, so I know I'm not very much further after the birthday party. She fucked him up in the birthday.
I think I actually have. Oh, you know what? I do have that in my library. I might play that through again. It's been a while. I played it when it first came out, so I don't really remember too much of the actual gameplay. I just remember playing it and being like, this is a really good game. And then when I got to the end, I was like, shit, I wish there was more to do. So I might replay that.
All right. So, how about, let's switch the topic onto movies. Because I know there's some interesting stuff out, and I'm like kind of behind. So, I'll let you guys start off with, let's go with, you know, best movies to watch right now that just recently.
I'm trying to get into the Batman. I mentioned this last night, but it is on HBO Max. So I was like, yeah, bet I'm gonna watch it. And then I pulled it up, and I was like 3 hours. Like I'm gonna have to watch this in parts. I commend anybody who actually went to the theaters, because if you think about it with previews and everything, like you're sitting there for 3.5 hours in a theater. So anybody who actually went and saw that in the movies, mad props, because you can't pause it when you need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that is true. I don't know if anybody's into the Harry Potter kind of stories or whatever, but the new movie, the Dumbledore. Not Dumbledore.
Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yeah, that looks like it may actually be pretty good. If you're into that kind of genre of, kind of like the prequel. I mean, they had so many Harry Potters, and
a whole bunch
they kind of go through the backstory. Yeah.
See, I heard that one wasn't very good. That's going by like I think Paper Girl or Pink Zombie said something about it. Said it wasn't very good. So I don't know. Yeah. Now for me, the last new movie that I watched is called The Outfit. So I'm on my app and I'm looking for good movies.
Is that the monster one with the dude from the Teen Wolf show?
No. I thought this was gonna be some seriously shoot 'em up action type movie, but it's a slow-paced story type movie, a mafia type thing going on, and it looked like it's set.
Yeah, that is it.
It was. It's this guy. He's a tailor, and there's no monsters in it or nothing like that. So.
No, I said mobster.
Oh, I thought you said monster. Okay, yeah.
Maybe I should have said mafia.
The mafia. Yeah. So that one was very good. That is one of those movies that the dialogue alone and everything that's going on just keeps you watching and just keeps you hooked to see what happens. And I don't want to give too much about it away, but it's a very good movie. You know, you got this tailor that's like, he just seems like such a pushover, just old dude, and just check it out.
I've always been a fan of Liam Neeson. He's got a new movie called Black Light. It looks like it might actually be really good. But in a way, they're always the same kind of movie when it comes to.
I was about to say, it seems like he's doing Taken over and over again.
Yeah, almost every movie, but he's always that same kind of character, and there's nothing different. But I like a good Liam Neeson ass kicker, so yeah.
I'm telling you, he is the same character though. You took my car, I will find you.
Yeah.
Next he'll be doing You Killed My Dog.
Yeah. Now Keanu's got that sold up, man.
I don't know. They might try and edge in on his territory.
Wouldn't it be great if they made
Well, it's
a John Wick where he fought?
Yeah, I was gonna say an English John
He
Wick.
fought. No, I'm just saying, wouldn't it be crazy if they made a John Wick versus like and had Liam Neeson the bad guy and he was his like character like he is, and then two had to square off with each other. Oh man, that'd be pretty intense.
Oh yes, yes. All right. So next up is what movies are we looking forward to that's not out yet?
I'm gonna say Doctor Strange. I really want to
Yes,
see the Doctor Strange movie. I can't wait for it because it looks awesome.
I agree.
I
I
And
agree.
agree.
they're tapping into the
100%.
multiverse so much that like it's really making all these movies interesting. Starting with the newest Spider-Man movie, like the way they were able to bring like the other Spider-Man from the other movies, like they're actually making a multiverse from the old Spider-Man movies. I thought that was, and I can only imagine they're gonna even go further with it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to like that, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of the X-Men and the Marvel MCU come soon.
Oh, that's what I'm most excited about. You know, let's
Mm.
bring Wolverine into this piece. Let's bring the real Rogue
And
in
I
there.
heard that Wolverine was going to have some kind of. I read the article. It was just this morning about like some a new power that Wolverine's going to have when he gets in the MCU. And the picture that
Mm,
they had of Wolverine had his claws, and it looked like his claws were like. And I don't know if this is his power or not, but his claws looked like they were. They wasn't like the silver, shiny, sharp like animanium claws. It was almost
mm.
like they were. Man, I can't even. It's almost like they were
The
like
bone
gold or
claws.
something. No, they weren't bone.
Oh.
They were claws, but they almost looked gold, like they were like I won't say on fire, but look, like when you burn something and it glows that orangey reddish, like bright, like kind of white, kind of like when something's on fire. Like when you're making a
Yeah.
sword, you know how like in the old movies they're making swords and they're beating the sword
Uh
trying to get it
huh.
sharp. It's
Mm.
like it's almost like his claws were like on fire like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it
Okay.
was kind of crazy.
Hmm. That's
I can give you some
interesting.
input on that. I can give you some input. So I was watching a YouTube video probably yesterday or the day before. Uh, oh yeah, you know it, Smith. Hey Smith, come on, join in the party chat, man. Everybody wants to hear your opinions too. So the uh, the video I watched delved into that, and the guy was talking about the powers that Wolverine has that he hopes they bring into the universe. And that what you're talking about is one of them. It actually is kind of uh, like flaming, almost kind of like flaming claws or whatever. So when he died and came back, he came back with this power, this new power. That was one of his new powers.
So I didn't
So,
know that Wolverine died.
oh, he died
I
a
mean, I
few
know he died
times.
in Logan,
Yeah.
but I don't know, like in the comics or like in any of the Wolverine stories, I didn't know that he died.
You know we do,
I did.
Smith. I mean, because we're gonna need your input on a few different topics. Because we're gonna talk about a few things.
Speaking of Marvel movies, though, I am really looking forward to the new Thor one. I think it's called Love and Thunder. Apparently, they're
Mm.
bringing back Natalie Portman as well,
Ooh,
so I think that'll be a
Yeah,
good watch.
I think
And then there's
I seen the trailer
also,
for it, and it
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
looked like they're going retro. The trailer was like real retro, almost like the Love and Thunder was like kind of '80s kind of themed trailer that I seen. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
kind of going to be the overall, feel of the movie, but I do know that they had like kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of like like I said, the trailer was more retro. Like even the Love and Thunder was like all '80s style. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
I want to know what if that's the direction that they're going, because I love the 80s. I really can't wait to hear the soundtrack for that.
Oh
Like,
hell
if
yeah.
that's the direction they're doing, I would love to hear some good 80s music.
It most
And
likely
then there's
will be.
another one. I'm a big Nick Cage fan. So he's got this movie coming out where he basically plays a caricature of himself called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. So I think that'll be good too. It's basically Nick Cage making fun of Nick Cage. So I'm just like, that sounds amazing.
Yes, it does. It looks good too.
Sounds interesting. I haven't even heard about that.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks so
Oh man, yes, it looks yes.
I have to look that up. So that's one to put on my list. All right.
And since we are kind of on the topic of Marvel, have any of you seen Moon Knight, and would you recommend it? Because I have not seen it yet, but I've heard mixed reviews.
I have not seen it yet either. I want to see it. I don't know when I will bring myself to watch it. I do have Disney Plus, so I can watch it anytime. But
Same.
I have also I've started watching. I need to finish Loki first. I've watched the Winter Soldier and the Falcon. I've watched it.
Have you seen Hawkeye?
I'm actually watching it too. I think I'm like 3 episodes into Hawkeye, and it actually looks really good.
What about WandaVision?
Same. I'm about 2 or 3 episodes into WandaVision. I'm not feeling WandaVision too much. It kind of reminds me a little kind of the I Love Lucy or the
I would say stick with it. It gets better because it was giving me the same vibe also when I watched it, but then when I got to the end of the series, I was like, this was good.
Yeah. I will definitely watch it. I got some time on my hands.
Okay, so for those
what about you, Yuji?
I've only seen the first half of the season of WandaVision. I didn't get a chance to finish it. I need to go back to that, but I'm not doing any of the shows yet because I started the whole Marvel universe and I'm doing it in chronological order. So,
yeah.
Where are you at in that order?
Now, when you say chronological order, are you talking about Marvel Universe chronological order or when they were released chronological order?
No, the Marvel Universe chronological order.
Because it slightly changes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's a couple movies that jump around a little bit because I was looking at that. I did that a couple years ago. I want to say when the last Avengers movie came out, Endgame, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna rewatch these according to what happened chronologically within the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, that's exactly how.
I think the first one was probably the Captain America one.
Yeah.
After that, I don't know what's after Captain America. I have to look.
I can give you the full rundown right here because I had the list in my hand. So
it is Captain America.
Yeah, you got
and then
Captain
actually
America.
Now that Captain Marvel's out, I think that would come next.
Yep, you're right. Captain America, Captain Marvel, Iron Man 1. You can put this next one in there, even though they don't really because of the rights or whatever. But the Incredible Hulk would be after that. Then Iron Man 2, then Thor, then Avengers, then Iron Man 3, then Thor 2, Dark World, then Captain America Winter Soldier, and that's where I'm at. I'm about to watch Captain America Winter Soldier. Then Guardians of the Galaxy Part 1 and 2, Avengers Part 2, Ant-Man, Captain America Civil War, Spider-Man Homecoming, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Thor Ragnarok, WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Spider-Man Far From Home, Eternals, Shang-Chi, if I said that right, Spider-Man No Way Home, Hawkeye, and then Loki. And that's what I got so far.
Now I'm on, like, when you started saying that, I was going to see how much your order was correct or whatever. I'm on the Disney Plus channel, and I was actually like checking you to see if you were right. However, there's a couple of these one shots that they got in between, like some of the, like for example, after Captain America, they have a one shot with Agent Carter, because remember Agent Carter was like Captain America's girl or whatever, and you know, of course she had that spin-off TV show, but it ain't the TV show. It's just like one shot. I guess they're talking about that. Then it went to Captain Marvel. You were right about the Iron Man. Of course, they don't have any of the Spider-Man movies raised in there, so like they don't have that, or the Hulk. So that, even though it's in order, they don't have it in order on the Disney because I guess they don't have the rights to the Hulk yet.
Yeah.
But after Iron Man 2, they have another one shot with Coulson, and it's a funny thing.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I love Coulson.
Yeah.
And then they have the Oh, then they have Thor, and then they have another one with Coulson and the guy from the Shield, the glasses, the one that was from I can't think of, you'll know him if you saw him, but it's called The Consultant. And then they have Item 47 with that same dude, and it looks like oh God, I don't know who that is. Then Thor, Iron Man, then they got one. Remember the guy from, I guess it was Iron Man 3. He was like the Bin Laden looking dude or whatever he had. He was like the face of the terrorist, but he really wasn't a terrorist. He was an actor.
Oh, that's the dude who was in Shang-Chi.
Yeah, okay, so
right, he's the villain in Shang-Chi, right?
I don't know. I've never seen Shang-Chi yet, but they got a one shot with him called All Hail the King.
Yep, that's him. Because I'm looking at it too.
Now, one that you missed was the Black Widow. They have it after Civil War. Between Civil War and Black Panther, they have Black Widow.
Well, the list I got had it after Ant-Man and Wasp for some reason.
Yeah, I don't get it. Ant-Man and Wasp was a good one. Thor Ragnarok was a good one too. I can't believe that.
Ragnarok was probably my favorite Thor movie. I really like the Rock dude.
The Helena, I guess his sister or whatever, the one that was like badass. I wonder what would have happened if Thanos would have came to if the I guess it's the Tesseract was still on wherever they from or whatever. If it was there and she was the leader of it, you know what I'm saying? I wonder what would happen if Thanos would have went toe to toe with her. Because Helena was badass. Not only that, but the
you mean Thor's sister, the one with the
the one that broke
head,
the hammer,
the shit coming out her head.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
she was a badass. Okay.
Imagine if Thanos would have ran across her. You know what I'm saying? Or better yet, what about the dude that destroyed Asgard? Like, remember she had to fight off against that big dude that was made of flames or whatever. Like,
I know you're talking about that. I want to call him a demon fuck, but that's not right.
Yeah, he's almost like the demon from Doctor Strange, more Dormammu or whatever. Like,
yeah.
I mean, what if Thanos would have run across
some shit like that?
What if Thanos would have run across one of them?
I mean, are we talking about pre him having all the Infinity Stones or after? Because I mean, he could just snap his fingers.
No Infinity Stones. I mean, he could have whatever Infinity Stones he had before he got the one, the Tesseract.
It was,
All he had was the Power Stone at that point. So Thanos with the Power Stone versus Helena, who's gonna win?
I'm pretty sure she would have handed him his ass.
Power Stone or not, man, she was cold. She was vicious. And she was, of course.
I don't think he could have gone against her.
My thing is, Thanos, even though he was the villain, in a way, as methodical as his methods were, he did what he did from a desire to basically. I mean, it wasn't malicious, like what he was wanting to do. You know what I mean? Like his,
I admire his conviction.
Now, Helena, on the other hand, she was evil.
She was just crazy. She just wanted to watch the world burn.
Yeah, so that, I think, would have given her the advantage against Thanos, because Thanos, he was strong and powerful and tough and strong-willed, but what did he say?
Yeah, but don't the bad guys, they always think they're the good guys. And sometimes the good guys think they're the good guys, and it turns out, hey, you're actually the bad dude. So, I mean, perspective plays a big role in all of that.
Well, that's what they did with Karate Kid. I'll get to that in a second. But so Smith said Thanos literally bitch slapped Hulk in the comics without the gauntlet, and he was a badass without the stones, which is true. But Smith, join the party.
Helena was a god, though. Hulk is not a god. He's just a superpower or superhero who's really fucking strong. So.
But I think they gave Hulk some injustice, because the thing with Hulk is, there's no limit to how strong he can get. It's all about his rage. So the madder you get, the stronger you can get. Now, granted, Thanos bitch slapped him, of course, but if if the Hulk would have got mad enough and mad enough and mad enough and mad enough, he eventually would have been too strong for even him and the Power Stone, I believe. But of course, he knocked him out before he could get that mad, though. In the movie, he knocked him out so fast that he punked the Hulk out, and the Hulk never showed his face for the rest of it.
That's true. That was it for him for that movie.
Yeah, and even after
movie
that,
I
and all
guess
the
he
other
was
movies.
sleeping it off.
yeah, he was like, "No, I'm not coming
then
out."
he did. He's like, "No!" Like, come on, Hulk, come on! I need you, man. So I think that was kind of the. I mean, of course they had to do that, but in reality,
Marz.
I think the Hulk, he would have got mad and madder and madder and madder. He eventually would have lost it.
I love the whole what if scenarios when it comes to the Marvel Universe.
Hey Marz, you're always welcome to join us if you want. Let me know and I'll send you an invite to the party chat. And Smith, come on in here, man. Come on.
He may still be fighting that stomach bug, man. I don't know.
That's
he
right.
Might be in a position to like wanna like get in here and like
better,
do a lot of speaking. I do
But
too, man.
Here's a quick shot.
Better, brother.
Here's a quick shot.
Oh, you know what? I'll do another
Yep.
one. Hold on.
Cheers.
Mine's right here.
I legit just took one. I'm not doing another one.
So
I've been lucky sipping the whole podcast. So
speaking of shots, how many did you end up partaking last night?
me?
No.
I lost count after 14, so
He started off with like 8, and then there was the pre-shot or the pre-game, so like 9 actually.
9 before we even got started.
Bruh.
yeah.
And we did our fair share of killing last night too.
Yeah, I mean,
I was trying to botch a couple. I tried my hardest. I was trying to help you, UG. That's what it was. I was looking out for you, okay?
well, Bunz
had
got
Joe
us,
back in mind.
Bunz got us with that last one. Bunz gave Ghost that half-broken axe. And he broke it. And I was like, oh, man. Yeah, but...
That was funny. That was funny.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man.
It was a couple of funny
I can't wait to put that in the video.
Oh, man. Then there was the one where I'm driving the car past the those shitters or whatever, the outhouse. And I'm like, all right, he's coming. But I guess he got to you before he was able to get out. And then freaking Rich hops out. But he hopped out at the same time I was backing up. So it's like, oh, shit.
I just think you in general should avoid the outhouses. You don't have very good luck, I think, when it comes to those. I remember that botch where you jumped out the outhouse. I don't know what y'all was trying to do. Whatever kill it was. But you were lagging so bad. It's like, where's Jason?
Oh, yes.
You remember that one?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. See,
yeah, you should just avoid the outhouse.
We do the outhouse pretty good. The one that failed a lot was that damn one on the island. The little, you know which one on Packanack Small where they have Tommy hiding the tent.
Oh, Gilligan's Island?
Yeah, Gilligan's Island.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thanks, Marz.
Yeah, we've got
I
a couple of
you.
good ones from a couple good Gilligan's Islands, but no, the outhouse surprise works if you lead Jason from a certain area. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that. And Jason is so laser focused on one character that he doesn't like use his sense and actually see that there's 2 people in those outhouses. Mm-hmm. But if you like hang around there the way like Jason can see the X, you know, on the outhouses or whatever, and like that's what happened with me. Like. Y'all said he was there. Before I can even do anything, he's right in front of my face.
He
like,
was there.
Yeah, he got me. Nothing I can do.
You know, he did his Jason thing.
That was rough. I could have
no
swore y'all would
in
have
the
had
world
him.
to save me from that.
I could have swore y'all would have had him. Oh, man. Oh, hell yeah, Marz. Yeah.
It would be nice that, I mean, I know that Friday, like, ran across some legal issues and they kind of stumped the game growth. But once all that is all said and done, I would love it if it's done, fine. If it's somebody else, whatever. But I would love it if they would just make a sequel. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think they'll ever resolve all of that legal stuff, though?
Well, they resolved it, but then it went towards Victor Miller. But then I believe the last I read, the people that originally had it or whatever is appealing it. So now I don't know what kind of issues is going on now, but Victor Miller did win back the rights to some extent, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, I hope I'm not like interpreting or whatever, but like I think that whatever the judgment was, I believe that the appeal was being made by the other party, and I believe it may go back into whoever. I really don't know.
Hmm.
But
I
I
would
would
like
love it
to
if they
see
made
some
a sequel.
updates for that game because I was really looking forward
I
personally
mean,
to Jason
I
X.
know the current Friday 13th probably won't ever have any updates and stuff to it. I know they're not going to allocate a development team back on that project and all that because it's such an old game. But I would love it if they would just make a new one. I mean, you could put a first person aspect in it. Can you imagine how creepy that would be? You could put a VR
Mm.
aspect in it. You could improve the graphics. You could do so much to make a sequel to that game. And to
I would love to see a
imagine
game mode like that.
Imagine going playing that game in first person, having to
Ooh,
look around and not knowing where
VR.
Jason's at. Oh my God, it would be so creepy, so
All you
good. It
do
would
is
be
turn
so
around and he just standing there.
yeah,
I
and
shit my pants.
yeah, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, I would have loved to see more
Mm-mm.
challenges. I would have loved to seen this paranoia thing that they were talking about.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the paranoia thing would have been similar to the lines of like the like the what is the Among Us, or like some like there's a everybody's counselors, but it's like one among that's doing the bad stuff. I mean, I think it would have been more on that lines, but in a Friday 13th kind of way, like with the characters. But I think it would have been just like Among Us, or
Ooh,
yeah,
that would be kind of cool. Like Friday the 13th meets Among Us. Like we're all counselors, but
yeah,
somebody's out there sabotaging shit.
Yeah,
yeah. I think
that
that's
would have
what it
been
would have
cool.
been.
That would have been cool.
That would have
So,
been, yeah, that actually sounds like something I would play.
yeah, Mars. So here's the thing. All of us wanted that, but I'm sure you know by now. For PC, people made the people made the
Yep.
mods where you get the Jason X map and you get Jason X and you get to play all that
Yeah.
stuff. So for
I was looking
Imagine a
forward to
part eight
that.
map. Imagine a part 8 map that would have started on the boat, and about halfway through the
Ooh,
game, the boat would have landed, and you would have been forced into the
in
sea,
New York.
and like,
Ooh,
yeah, that would have been awesome. If they could
that
have done that.
actually, that would be cool. But I'm like, how would like, I don't know, like
How would you?
mechanically, how would
Yeah,
you force people off the boat into the city, or would it just be like maybe like the docks, and then you still fuck around on the boat? Like I don't know.
well,
I think mechanically
yeah,
that might be hard to achieve.
maybe, but you can still have a boat. And the reason why I think that the boat would have worked is because playing World War Z and actually like being on the map that has the boat on it and going through doing all that stuff. It's like actually you could probably make a Friday 13 game and have a boat similar to this where you have these rooms and hallways and places where you can like dip in and and all that stuff, hide and all that. It probably
Mhm.
would have worked.
I
I
think
definitely would have worked. I think.
it could have they could have put two parts to it, right? So you complete some objective to get the boat to dock, right? And then you get off the boat, and then you got to find a way to get out of Manhattan or whatever. See whoever's left. So that'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I see what you're saying. Like that would be like calling Tommy, basically, like getting the boat to dock,
Yeah.
and
yeah,
then okay, I could see that because I was like, I don't know how like there would have to be some motivation to get the boat to dock.
yeah,
So
Hmm.
yeah.
Oh
It
yeah,
could have. I mean,
Mars.
of course, I love the what ifs because the what if conversation is always fun.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
hell
So
yeah.
all right. So we're still talking about movies and stuff. All right. So then let's go to. I know this is gonna be another tough one. Maybe impossible even.
Don't do it.
Uh,
Hey, it sounds like you going. Might have to pass.
hey, hey, let's
I'm gonna
give it a
take a shot
try.
instead.
Let's give it a try. Let's try
I
to give
plead the fifth
our
and take a shot.
top three favorite movies all time.
Ah,
Woo-wee.
already I plead the fifth. I take a shot. Thank you.
All right, all
You know
right.
what? I'm going. One of those movies for me is gonna be Blood In, Blood Out. I don't know if you ever seen it. It's
Hmm.
a really really it's such a as far as drama goes, it's probably one of my favorite movies. I can watch that movie anytime. Um, this is gonna be on the kid side of me, but The Lion King is another one of my
It's a
all-time favorite
classic.
movies.
I'll always watch that.
And man, Face Off, Face Off is gonna be my
Oh,
favorite.
I want to take his face
Face Off
Off,
is
off.
Face
good.
Off.
Yep,
You
yep.
got to do the hand motion though.
Yeah, yeah, I did. You just didn't see me. No, the great thing about Face Off, I mean, granted, Nicolas Cage and John Travolta are such good actors, but they actually played a good guy and a bad guy both
Hmm.
so well that movie. Now, of
Yeah.
Yeah.
course, watching it in retrospect now, it's like, okay, this movie's kind of cheesy, but back then when I first watched that movie, I mean, I was so into that movie. Like when,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna tell you the part that really got me is like when Nicolas Cage was in jail well, John Travolta was in jail as Nicolas Cage, and
Yeah.
like uh, the real
Castor
Nicolas
Troy.
Cage, like yeah, the real Nicolas Cage stopped the bomb, got his brother out of jail, and left him in jail. And he was like stuck there with nobody knowing, like he was
Hmm.
actually really John Travolta. You know what I'm saying? It was like,
Mhm.
and I just
Yeah.
thought to myself like, man, how
What
is he
would you
gonna
do
get
in
out
that
of this? How is
situation?
he gonna
Like,
get out of this?
I'd be
There's nobody to
fucked.
even tell. First of all, you look and sound just like this terrorist, so it's like nobody's gonna believe a word you're saying. It was
Exactly.
so good. It was such a good movie.
Mhm.
Oh hell yeah,
Now
Marzi
for you,
was. Okay, so the one that sticks out automatically, my favorite movie of all times, Scarface. Love it.
That was
ooh,
gonna be in my top three, actually.
I'm gonna have to bow
I
out for just a
agree.
quick second, guys. I got a video call, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. So we
Tell
got
Renee we say hello.
Scarface. Scarface
You know
definitely
who it
number
is.
one. Yep, yep. Then the other two are kind of tough. The other two are kind of tough. If I if I have to break it down here, let's see. Let's see. Um, hmm. Oh man, what are the other two?
I got mine, actually. Now that I think about it.
You got
So
yours?
Scarface, I wouldn't say it's number one actually. Number one for me, Mary Poppins. I know it's a kids movie. I know there's some questionably racist things going on in the movie, but for me, it's such a classic that I will always go back to and rewatch. I love the songs. I'll fall asleep to it. I will sit there and watch it attentively.
Hmm.
So that Scarface is number two. So quotable, just so quotable, and just a really good story overall as well. And then I'm gonna go right back to musicals. Rocky Horror Picture Show for
Oh
me.
wow.
Um, it's I don't know if you've ever seen it in the theater where they do callbacks and stuff like that, but
Hmm.
it's a fucking experience.
Yeah.
So those are my three. And if I
Okay.
could add a fourth, I'm gonna go with Clue.
Clue. Oh man. So Mars got a couple of
That's
good
good.
ones
It's
too. John Carpenter's Thing and Prince of Darkness. Those are good.
okay.
Um, let's see. So,
See, I
man,
like musicals, so
I'm not a huge
that's where
musical
my taste
fan.
lean.
I was forced to watch that, the other one, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I was forced to watch that, and
It's not for everybody.
I made the person I was watching it with watch Candyman first, so we had to force each other to watch. So, you know what? Let's put that on there. Candyman. Okay, the original Candyman.
Candyman.
Yeah.
Say
And
it like you're from Memphis.
yeah, yeah. And
Candyman.
what's another one? I would have to say Menace to Society. Yeah,
That's a
love
good
that.
one,
Love that.
actually.
And The Mouth of Madness. That was a crazy movie, Mars. So yeah, those would be my top three. Uh, yeah, yeah.
I wish you could do it by like I was gonna say if we went by genre, my choices would change. But
Yeah,
of top
genre.
three of all time, man, that's hard. I stick by my choices.
All
I
right.
like what I like.
All right. Well, since well, you said your favorites is musicals, though, right? Besides that,
I like comedies, actions, and I like older musicals. There's a lot of musicals that I don't particularly care for these days.
Yeah, right. So let's hear the top 3 for comedies then. Give us that.
Probably Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, number 1. Other Guys. The Other Guys with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg.
Uh-huh.
And then Anchorman.
Alright.
Ooh, no. Wait, no. I don't know. It's a hard tie between Anchorman and Hot Rod. You know I can't grow a mustache. This is, I don't know. I really like quotable movies.
Yes, because they're great. They really are. So, I gotta go with Coming to America. My favorite. Yep. And
that's
then
a good one.
I gotta go with Super Troopers because that movie had me dying. Yo, the first 10 minutes...
Do you know why I pulled you over?
Yo, freaking hilarious. That movie had me dying. And then I gotta go with American Pie. I gotta go with American Pie after that.
I mean that's a classic.
Yeah.
To be fair. Yeah. That is a classic.
Oh yeah, I know Marz. Marz is the big horror fan. And I am too.
Okay, see, look, Marz got good taste. The soundtrack for Rocky Horror Picture Show was actually amazing. Like, it's good shit.
Oh yeah.
Damn it.
The 80s Eddie Murphy was so different than the freaking late 90s Eddie Murphy and all that. So different.
Okay, top 3 stand-up of all time.
Oh, okay. I mean, you know what I'm gonna say?
Go ahead. Because I'm waiting for it so I can be like, yes, I agree.
Eddie Murphy's Raw. Number 1.
Yep, number 1.
Numero uno.
Number 1.
Number 2. Dave Chappelle. It was one of his first ones. I can't say it was his
Killing Them Softly.
Yes, that
Is it the one where he was in D.C. talking about the crack baby?
Yes.
Yep.
That's number 2. Number 3. Number 3. I can't remember which one. I think it was John Leguizamo's first HBO one. That was freaking hilarious because he's running all over the stage. He's climbing up. Freaking hilarious.
I'm gonna agree with the first 2, and then for the last one, I'm actually gonna go with Mike Epps. It's like Underrated, Never Faded, X-Rated or something like that. He really came into his own as a stand-up in that one, and it was Inappropriate Behavior was good, but that one just really did it for me. I was like, this is peak Mike Epps.
Yes, that was good. Eddie Griffin's were good too.
Smell like gunpowder, money, and cologne.
The Golden Child, Beverly Hills Cop 2. Yeah, classics, Marz.
Oh, I want the knife.
Hell yeah.
My dear brother Noomsy.
Brother Noomsy, I should be purged.
You know he had no fucking sense in that movie, no chill. 48 Hours actually is good too.
Hell yeah.
I'm not gonna fall for the old banana in the tailpipe again.
No, that was...
8 Hours is pretty good too. Him and Nick Nolte. You know, you got your comedian and then you got the straight guy.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That was good stuff.
Alright, favorite Arnold movie. You know Arnold.
Favorite Arnold movie. Let us see. I mean, hey,
yeah,
there's so many greats, but
you gotta pick one.
Honestly, I think I gotta go with Conan. I think I'm gonna go with Conan on that.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Conan was such...
It was a good one.
It was a great movie. I loved it. Conan, even though, of course Terminator is right there, but I loved Conan. And, one of the funny one he did was a Kindergarten Cop. Freaking great.
It's not a tumor. No, that's a good one.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh,
What?
wait a minute. What
Sylvester
about
Stallone.
Commando? Yes.
For me, I would probably say True Lies.
That's interesting.
I thought that was a good balance of comedy and action, and it's just so funny. I really enjoyed True Lies. Although I don't know, Last Action Hero, I don't know if anybody remembers that one. I feel like it's super underrated. That was a really good Arnold movie.
Yeah, I saw that one. That was that was pretty decent.
And actually, I think it had the same dude from I think it had Noopsy in it. Actually, it's the bad guy again, if I'm not mistaken.
Really? Wait a minute.
Yeah, the guy with the glass eye. I'm pretty sure that was my dear brother Noopsy.
Shoot, probably was. I don't remember him seeing him in that much. Oh man. Okay. Well, he was better suited for that Cobra movie then, in that case. Yeah, Marz. I couldn't see Sylvester Stallone being good in Beverly Hills Cop. They would have to completely change
not with
the
that
movie.
accent, no offense, but like, sir, we know you're not from Beverly Hills.
Yeah, right. Man, that wouldn't
Like, no.
I mean, what was he gonna be? Yeah, he wasn't gonna be Axel Foley. I mean, oh man,
Hell no.
that movie would be completely different. Just over
That
there,
movie
like,
would have tanked.
Oh,
I love the scene in Cobra where he smacks that guy's cigarette out of his mouth.
Welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome back,
I
welcome back.
didn't want to like just come like.
So wait a
on
minute, we were asking, what was it? Top 3 comedy movies of all time, and then top 3 stand-up, and then favorite Arnold movie.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're at.
Favorite
So let's
Arnold
start with
movie.
top 3 comedy. Okay, no, we can go that way.
Top 3 comedy. I'll do it. Let me think. Top 3 comedy. Boy, oh boy, that's good. I'm gonna have to think about that one. Actually, I'm gonna think about that
Alright,
one.
let's
'cause
go
there's a lot
top
of funny
Arnold
shit.
then.
Top
Best Arnold
movie.
movie. Most favorite.
I'm gonna go with True Lies. I like True Lies.
That's what I said!
I like True Lies. It's not because Jamie Curtis is all sexy in the little dance she did either. It's not because
No, it was just a really good balance of comedy and action. It was...
Yeah. That and I mean, like just like Eraser. Eraser was actually a really good.
Oh yeah, that was a
Ooh,
good
see,
one.
I forgot about that one. And then what was the other one where they...
The Sixth Day was actually not too bad either.
No, it wasn't Eraser, but it was something future like that. Oh, God. What was it?
I know which one you're talking about.
That Total Recall.
Yeah.
That's
Total
another
Recall.
good one.
That one was
That
really
I had to think about it.
People yeah.
That was a good one, too. And man, he was the man in the 80s and early 90s. That's all I'm going to
I
say.
mean, you couldn't get no better than Arnold in your movie right there.
Yeah, it was
Rich
him,
does the good Arnold when
man.
with that line right there. Rich does it the best. Simon Cohagen, give those people the air. I can't do it like he does it, but it's so funny.
See, Marz is saying that was his favorite Total Recall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? Mark's got good taste.
Can't beat the 80s action. 90s action was good too, but 80s action was on point.
I can't believe nobody said Predator, though. Get to the chopper!
I mean, Predator was
It's
great.
really awful when I do it, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I think my favorite Predator movie was the one with Danny Glover.
Not Danny Glover versus Predator.
Yes, man.
Speaking of Danny
It was
Glover, there's
good.
this commercial and you may got.
It was good, and then it had what's his face, the reporter dude.
Oh yeah, what is his name?
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. I've seen it. I mean, he's been in all these movies, and like, I'm trying to
It's
think.
not Bill Pullman. It's shit, because that's Lake Placid. Do y'all remember that one?
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
Marz said his favorite was Commando, which is one of my top favorites for Arnold also.
Okay. I can
Ray
see
Dong
that.
Chong.
Yeah.
That Ray Dong Chong.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
You know what? I never realized that was Tommy Chong's daughter for the longest until like because I always thought her name was Ray Dong Chung, Cheng, you know, and like I don't even know. I mean, it's recently that I realized that was actually Tommy Chong's daughter, but it's like it's crazy because she doesn't look anything like him. Nothing.
Thank God.
What happened to Ray Dong Chung?
I don't know.
No offense to Tommy Chong, but thank God she took after her mother.
She just disappeared off the map. I don't know.
She disappeared off the map, man. She took her money and ran with it.
Take the money and run.
Action
Bill Paxton.
Jackson.
That's his name.
That's
and
his
he was
name,
in
Bill
Tombstone, Apollo
Yeah,
13. He's been in a lot of shit. Yep, Twister.
Yeah, he was in
And he was the dude in Big Love about the Mormons and the sister wives.
Yes. I actually watched that show. Oh man.
See, Marz just.
All right.
That's gonna be
Did
tough.
you still haven't done top 3 comedies?
I'm thinking. I'm trying to think of all time some of the funniest.
What were yours again, Yuji?
Oh wait, Marz just mentioned Roadhouse, Action Jackson, and Predator. Oh man, those were great movies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember Porky's?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That is a really old fucking movie. I feel like not a lot of people have seen, but and then now that I'm thinking about it, Smokey and the Bandit. I really enjoyed that shit.
Cannonball Run. Fucking Cannonball Runs was back in the day was some shit.
Oh, yeah. So mine was what was it again? I said Coming to America, Super Troopers, and American Pie.
Oh,
and I said Ace Ventura 2. Other Guys. I don't think it was out of order. Yeah, the Other Guys, and then Anchorman.
Oh, good one. That was a good one. Anchorman was like, that's a really funny one. It was a tie between that and Hot Rod, but now that I'm thinking about it, Grandma's Boy is another fucking classic. Grandma's Boy was a really funny one. I'm gonna go with Rat Race.
Adios, turd nuggets.
Yes. You guys ever watch Rat Race? You guys ever watch Rat Race?
Yes.
That was actually a really funny one. The only reason why I'm going to mention this, even though we always talk about Friday, but the only reason why I'm going to mention Friday as one of my all-time favorites is because the very first time that I saw Friday, I had no idea of the movie, anything about it. I was in Atlanta, and I think I was visiting actually, and my cousin was like, "Oh, let's go to the movies and watch Friday." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" So we go to this movie theater, and the part of Atlanta I was in was like all black. I'm talking about 100% black. You know what I'm saying? So I get in this movie theater, and for my expectations to be in a theater with all black folks, I thought there was just going to be just a bunch of just talking stuff. But everybody in the theater was as quiet as a church mouse, except for the funny parts. And I sit there and watch that movie not knowing anything about it, and I laughed my freaking ass off. And I had no idea. I mean, I never saw no trailers. I guess I wasn't in the movie, so I never knew anything about it. And I sit there and watch that movie in a theater full of black folks, and it was I'm talking about the absolutely perfect theater experience. And for that, there's got to be one of my top all time.
See, that'll make you love movies, shit like that, where people don't talk too much.
Everybody was quiet. I mean, everybody laughed their ass off.
Here, Marz.
In the funny part, but it was such a good experience, and it was such a funny movie. I mean, the movie's funny no matter what. I mean,
but it's
you don't
the
have
experience
to, you don't have
that
to smoke
really did
weed
it.
in order to see the funniness of that movie.
That shit's hilarious.
It's just a funny movie, I mean, it's full of little one-liners and just all that.
See, I can imagine Heckler being in the background and everybody looking back at him like, okay, yeah, it's funny.
Yeah. Oh man, but I mean, it was.
Yeah, it's funny, motherfucker. Now shut up.
I mean, and I'm gonna say my third one is gonna have to be Harlem Nights.
Now how did I forget about that?
Harlem Nights.
Oh man,
Harlem Nights is so funny.
That's a classic. That's another one of those movies that I will rewatch and not only fall asleep to, but I'll also sit there and watch it and laugh like I've never seen it before.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Right here.
You be the nine-toe having his fucking Harlow.
Stand-ups. Let me see. I'm gonna. I'll have to go with Afros and Bell Bottoms with Sinbad. That one was a great stand-up. Anything that Sinbad's ever done, I think, is really funny because he's such a funny person. But then I'm gonna have to go with. I don't know if it's Richard Pryor. Is it Here Now or? I'm trying to think, or is it the Live on the Sunset Strip? I'm not forget the one that was talking about how he set his shit on fire or something or whatever. That one was
That's
Which one was that?
Was that Live on the
pretty
Sunset
sure
Strip?
that's
Or was
Live
that
on the
Vietnam?
Sunset Strip.
I can't remember. I remember
Well, he
seeing
set
that
himself
again
on
not
fire,
that long
right?
ago.
Yeah. It was that one.
I'm pretty sure that was a Live on the Sunset Strip.
And I'm also gonna
I
go
feel
with.
like it was.
I'm also gonna have to go with Delirious. Eddie Murphy's Delirious. That right there was actually a really good stand-up.
It was. Yeah. That's the one where he was talking about his aunt Bunny, right?
Yeah.
Goony Goo Goo.
Yeah. He said they stuck they put the poles in the boat, they stuck their head in the water for 2 minutes, wiggle their head and come up a fish. I was like, can you believe this shit?
Your wife is a motherfucking Bigfoot, Gus.
It's crazy it's crazy because I had Aunt Bunny.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, all my aunts had nicknames.
Good.
We didn't know our aunts' real names until like years later. It was Aunt Bunny.
When you
Aunt
were an
Snooky,
adult?
Yeah.
You had a real Aunt Bunny?
Aunt Bunny.
Give me Aunt Bunny.
Aunt Snooky. Aunt Lovey. All them like, yo.
Because she had one of them little lady mustaches. He goes, it's cool, like, when she was young.
When it was peach fuzz.
Then when she got older, she got the Billy D. Williams look. She'd be thinking of a man.
I had a good collection too,
that's so
Marz.
good.
Oh,
man.
Richard Pryor was one of those. Red Fox was a good stand-up comedian too, but I mean, most people know Red Fox.
so Marz can confirm that it was Sunset Strip?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wondering, like, am I making shit up or not?
I remember seeing it again a few years ago, but I couldn't remember the name. But yeah,
you know what? After this podcast, I'm down for some Predator. I mean, we talked about it last night.
I'm down too. Honestly, I think this would be a good note to end it on. Hour and a half podcast. That's good. You don't want to go too long.
Sounds good, unless we...
Honestly, you should probably keep it between 45 minutes and an hour.
You think so?
For a podcast? Yeah.
Most podcasts are usually
45 minutes to an hour.
Or so, little hour show kind of thing. But this was actually really good.
This is the first one, though.
Hopefully I can join some other ones so we can talk about some other topics.
Hell yeah, I'm down.
Hell yeah.
We'll have to discuss some topics.
Hell yeah. I mean, we got other stuff to talk about, like music and, current events.
We never even touched on music. Yeah. We didn't touch on current events either.
And the secret
what
topic.
You need?
I watch a lot of podcasts. Listen to a lot of podcasts at work. So, I got the format.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Marz, and everybody else as well.
Exactly. We appreciate you guys for showing support. Love
thanks for listening to us shoot the shit, basically.
That's all we did, but I mean, you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm
down for some Predator if you guys are.
All right, I'm gonna.
Don't forget to tune in next week at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. We'll be doing it again.
That's right. See you guys next time.
And hopefully we'll have some other people here too.
Yeah, we gotta get them all in eventually. All right, I'm gonna end it. See you guys next time.